Everyone has that one hobby in their life that brings them joy. This can be many different things such as sports, art, or maybe even music. For me, that one hobby would be being in the outdoors. The two of my favorite things to do in the outdoors are hunt and fish. There's nothing that brings me the same excitement as seeing a big buck on opening morning or catching a big smallmouth bass while fishing our local current river. Everyone has that one thing that gives them the same excitement as me doing these things. I would now like to tell you about how I got into the outdoors and why I love it so much. Ever since I was a little kid, I've always been interested in the outdoors. When my dad took me into the woods for that first time, or my uncle took me fishing for the first time, I knew that this was going to be something I'd fall in love with for the rest of my life. Some people may say that sports is the main hobby that they love. I personally play sports as well and love it. The only thing with sports is that you can only play it for so long before your old age gets to you. Being in the outdoors is something that you can do for basically the rest of your life. The two main people that got me into the outdoors are my dad and my uncle. My uncle is very high in knowledge of the outdoors, and he is who I first started going with. As I got older, I started going with my dad, and I have learned much with him since then. Now that I am older, I have started going a lot on my own and with my buddies. But the number one thing that I have learned is to always be safe. If I were to go out in the woods and fall 20 feet out of my tree stand without a harness or hit a rock on the river in my boat, it wouldn't be fun anymore. That is one of the main things that my uncle and dad taught me growing up. I would now like to tell you about how the outdoors has changed my life. Like I said at the beginning of this speech, everyone has that one hobby that brings them joy. I'm sure for most people that hobby has changed their life. There's also almost nothing I'd rather do on a cool fall afternoon than go sit in a tree stand and just enjoy what the Lord put there for everyone to experience. The Lord gave everyone that one hobby to change their life just like He gave me hunting. Another thing that I always make sure to do while in the outdoors is give thanks to the Lord. I make sure to pray that He will keep me safe on my way there, getting in my stand, and to help me make a good shot whenever it comes time to take one. I love hunting, but I always have to make sure to give Him thanks because I know deep in the bottom of my heart that He's the only reason I'm able to experience this. Another one of the main things that the outdoors has for me is that it has formed me to become who I am today. I believe that being an outdoorsman has given me a unique personality of my life. It has taught me patience and to take things in. The outdoors is what I consider my decompression zone. When I am in the outdoors, it gives me time to think and let all of my stress go. The outdoors is where I feel I can go to relax and get away from what's going on in the world. There's just something about going in the outdoors and looking for deer that brings me peace. I believe that if I wasn't in the outdoors for my whole life, I wouldn't be the same person that I am today. So next time you're in the house bored, I challenge you to go outdoors and do something. You don't even have to go to the extreme and go hunting for the first time. You could just go out on a hike and just look at everything the outdoors has to offer. If you think you would be interested in fishing, you could go buy a cheap setup and find a local creek to fish. But always remember to be careful. One thing that I always tell myself is Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I'd like to leave you off with one last thing. The hunter that travels out into the woods is lost to the world, yet finds himself. Thank you for your time, and good luck if you decide to go out.